Hey guys, it's Bad Girl Mystic here. Welcome to another video in the series I'm calling The Coloring Connection, where I share with you, as a woman who's been healing and working with PTSD and trauma for over 30 years, I also am healing from a traumatic brain injury, how I use creativity and whole body healing with repatterning and healing my nervous system from trauma. So, and one of the ways that I do that I really love is with play. I've been talking about this, and I follow Stop Chasing Pain and Natural Movement and a few other accounts here on Instagram that are physical therapists and doctors who are using the neuro repatterning connection of the element of play to heal the body, and seeing how much better our nervous system responds, and you have that brain body connection. So what happens is that we start rebuilding new cells that are less stressed out than the old cells that have been carrying the tension and fear from trauma. All right, so why coloring? One, everything I do is from the perspective of a woman because I do not have a dick. I do not know how to be a dude. So everything is from the perspective of the woman. I also do this because much of medical science, 99%, has been studied on men. They even did just recently, I'm talking in the past 10 years, a study on uterus with all men. Yeah, blows my mind. So this is one of the reasons why I really like to point out the little particulars of why I particularly chosen this for the female nervous system and hormones. No, guys. No, no, no. I also have 2 chihuahuas. So they keep me very busy, but this is my third try in the video because there was a cat out there that kept grabbing their attention, and then the car alarm. So hopefully we'll get through this one. Usually this is a quiet time of the day. So number 1, also, with your practice, you just want to carve out at least 15 minutes in a space that's comfortable where you can relatively have some focus, where you're not constantly breaking focus to tend to someone else's needs. And with that being said, all right, so I've already started prepping my pages for this week, and I've added in just different ideas that have come to me, topics and things that I'd like to share with you, songs. This is what I've been working on. Let me flip all the way to the beginning of January. So we just recently had a full wolf moon. Woof, woof. This is my January wolf moon page. Right here, I did the wolf in black to look like my dog Jiva, who I had for 17 and a half years. And she was a black lab chow mixed with a black tongue. And she looks very much like this wolf. I colored the stones to represent the stones that Amy mentions this month on her magical planner. And I said this in one of the other videos I deleted, but FYI, what I work with for my trauma, my creative trauma play, does that even make sense? I use the element of play to heal my trauma. And coloring is my favorite element. And I use the Magical Planner 2020 Coloring Book of Shadows by Amy Cesari. So, full disclosure, I am a witch. I recently embraced the path of the witch. And I do it because, one, there's just not a lot of female spirituality. It was all destroyed. And I think it's pretty badass that this philosophy and teachings has managed to survive what it has survived. The teachings of how to connect with the earth, thus connecting with yourself, and using these elements to create change. And it works. So I'm just taking my whole body healing to another level by adding the element, the spiritual element of witchcraft. And I share with that you the full thing here of how I do that. So the stones are hematite, red jasper, and red agatate. And I write a little page over here, Magical Helpers, where I put on one page everything that she suggests for the month, for your own magic. So red jasper is grounding and nurturing, fire agate, and if I'm saying that wrong, it happens. I mispronounce a lot of stuff. Security and protection it's for. And then hematite, grounding and calming, and it absorbs energy, helps you move it and release it. And since I believe we are all part of the elements, including elements in your healing, like having crystals with you while you meditate and having music going, and even while I color, I have crystals with me. Finding certain affirmations that I use throughout the month. Once again, you're repatterning. So I'm using Amy's affirmation because it's just really apropos. I am safe and I am secure. I know and trust myself. In some of the earlier videos, I go into what's triggering me is we have this situation going on with a man who's being physically aggressive with one of the women here. So so I'm processing what it's triggering me, the fear it's triggering me, the what I call the most difficult ones is the memories that are brought up that are from when I was pre-verbal as a child and being sexually abused and traumatized. So this shit's real and this is what comes up and we all have ways to do it. But I found out that when I'm all serious and intense about it, one, it's less enjoyable to do this work. And two, it drains me so much. I got no consistency with it. So self-acceptance, belonging, belief in yourself and your power. So what this is challenging me, well, there is this person that's within my vicinity, is for me to, in the moment, say, hey, am I in my power? To look around and acknowledge what is the now and what I can do. Now, I've taken that affirmation and I've run it through all the pages. This is I'm going to be doing this week, the animal stitch witchery. And if I have the energy, I'm also going to do the craft. And this is what I'm working on right now. Once again, I have the affirmation there. So repetition, right? That's how our brain learns. That's how our body learns. Repetition, doing something over and over again. 30 days creates a habit. 90 days creates a body-mind memory. That's why it takes at least 3 months for you to actually start feeling your vitamins at work. So once again, here, I've run this affirmation through on this cord page that I did this week. And one of the things I loved in this cord page, she wrote right here, creating your reality, strengthening resolve. So that's what this 15-minute practice of doing something that I love, and that is self-love. Dedicating time to something that brings me joy is self-love. And how we know we love something is our intuition. It literally, the bells and whistles go off. And this is how we start to repattern and restore and resolve and renew and build and expand and start to become the person we know that we are underneath all the pain we have been sitting on top of and trying to push away and hide. This is how we talk to our shadows. This is how we give them a helping hand up. And they come up. They do. When you're quiet, when you're focused, your body relax, it will start to release images, associations. And we thank them for keeping us safe. And we take 3 deep breaths. and we let it go. Peace out. See you tomorrow.